Hi, this is Kay Miller here, and I'm so excited to be participating in my very first paper tray ink Stamp-a-faire, and also my very first video ever. And I'm going to show you today how to do some watercoloring with some stamps that makes it really easy. And this is the card I'm going to be sharing with you, and I'm going to show you how to do it here. I'm using the Mum's the Word stamp set, and I'm going to use the largest flower first. I'm going to put that on my block here, and the colors of ink that I'm using for the flower are Berry Sorbet and Summer Sunrise. And I'm going to start with the Summer Sunrise because it's always better to start with your lighter color so that you don't ruin your lighter pad by starting with your darker color. And I'm going to stamp just the bottom part of the stamp, and then get the Berry Sorbet and stamp just the top part of the stamp. And I'm going to put it about right here on my watercolor paper. And let's see, I'll do one more of the large ones. First using the Summer Sunrise, and then a little bit of the Berry Sorbet, and we'll put another one about right here. Okay, and then I'm going to take the smaller flower, get it on my block, and I'm going to do the same with it. We'll do we might do the Summer Sunrise at the top on this one, and the Berry Sorbet on the bottom. Let's see, we'll put one up here at the top like that. And let's do one more. Kind of off the page a little bit there. All right, that looks good. And now we're going to stamp a few leaves around. I'm going to use the largest leaf first. And I think I'll start with the ripe avocado first. It's my darker color. And we'll just stamp a few of those around. A couple of them off the page a little. Maybe one there. And maybe one down there. Okay. Then we'll go with the Simply Chartreuse. A little bit lighter. Maybe we'll do another one down there. And one about right there. Maybe one up here. And they don't have to be perfect because we're going to watercolor around them and make them look nice. Then I'm going to use some spring moss. And I'm just going to kind of fill in some of these blank spots with a few leaves in that color. Alright, now I've got everything stamped, and this is when the fun really happens here. I'll just take a paintbrush, and this is nothing fancy, just an old one that I had actually, and a little bit of water in my cup, and then I'm just going to kind of start spreading it around on these things, on the flowers first. And you don't want to mix the leaves and the flowers too much together because green and red make brown. So I'm going to try to kind of stay right around the flower part while I'm doing the watercoloring here. And then we're going to blend just a little bit of the yellow part. And just feel free to play around with it because this is watercolor. It's supposed to be kind of messy. Doesn't have to be perfect. Blend some of your colors out just a little bit into the white spots. And the Berry Sorbet and the Summer Sunrise look good blended together, so it's okay if they kind of mix around a little bit. And you want to fill in those white spots. And clean my brush good. Now I'm going to work on the greens a little bit. I'll blend them around just a little bit. It's starting to look nice in watercolor. Those are really dark where I use the ripe avocado. Alright, it's getting like I like it. I'll go back in and touch that flower up just a little bit there. Okay. And then you can always bring a little bit of this out into the white part if you want to. Just using a little bit of water. Try not to blend the colors too terrible much. Alright, I like the way that looks. I'm going to use my heat gun to dry it real quick. There. Now, it's pretty just like it is, but if you want just a little more color, you can take your stamp pad and press it into your acrylic blocks just to pick up a little ink, and then you can go back in and add a little more color to those flowers. Blend a little bit of that red around. And after the green and stuff, the other colors have dried, then you can go over them just a little bit and you don't have to worry too much about them messing each other up and blending the colors too much. Okay, I think I'll dry that again. Now to one of my very favorite parts of all of this is the speckling. I'm going to press a little more ink onto my block there. I'll take just a little bit smaller paintbrush here and just blend it with a little bit of water and use my hand to just speckle some of that down right there. I just tap my brush lightly. I try to get the red speckles right on, kind of around the red flowers and not too much on the leaves, but it goes everywhere. Okay, I'm going to dry that good. Alright, now I'm going to stamp a sentiment on there. And I'm going to use the thank you. And I'm going to do that with the ripe avocado. I'm going to use a little bit bigger block. Try to line it up best I can. Alright, now I'm going to take my paintbrush and I'm going to go onto just the edge of that so that it looks just a little watercolored, but I don't want my sentiment to run. Then I'm just going to take a little more paint right off of that stamp pad and go around. Alright, and that is that part. Now I will be back in a minute after I trim this down a little bit to make it into a card. Alright, I am back. I got me a piece of fun foam cut to fit the back. I flattened my panel down as best I could and cut about 1/8 of an inch off the top and the side so they would fit nicely on my A2 size card base. And I'm just going to run some glue tape along the bottom of the fun foam. Glue it down. And glue this down to my card base. And there you go. I think it turned out very nicely. I did add a few sequins on the original one. You can see where I put the sequins there. You can always do that or leave it as it is. It looks nice like it is too. I hope you have enjoyed my video, and I hope you have a wonderful time participating in all the Stamp-a-faire fun we have going on. I'm anxious to get around and see what everyone's doing too. Thanks for joining me. Can't wait to see what you do with the watercoloring. Bye.